to that, folks. Now,
Is that where you want to go to?
Let's go. You know, folks, we met Cody Rhodes and Brandy.
Oh, yeah.
And we've met them multiple times, and they are amazing people. But when we met Cody as Stardust, wow, what a character.
Are you ready for it?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Get it going.
Right.
But, you know, when we met him, it was what a character, really. I mean, really top notch. I mean, met him with Cesaro, and we'll talk about them in a, but I mean, amazing guy. I mean, but he just has his whole persona. I mean, boop, 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 boop. I mean, just real character, and you know, he was just.
Oh, dude, I love these guys.
And that's when they were tag champs. So we'll talk about Cesaro and Tyson Kidd another time. But
you know what I got?
as much as people say, oh, I don't like Stardust, as much as Cody does it, yeah, and amazing.
Yeah, this is so long ago.
Yeah,
Brandy's so
passing
cool,
out cookies, and passing out cookies to everybody, hanging out. But as much as people, oh, look at my hair, it's so bad, Malcolm. Come on, you gotta get a better look at this guy. Give me a bad angle.
Hey, you know what? We did our best, okay?
But I had hair once, folks, and it was long.
But I mean, look at me. I'm like I'm a smooth butter man.
But
look at these guys.
As my Cody didn't like the character, the fans, I loved Stardust so much.
Oh yeah, dude.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was so.
He was supposed to win 32.
Yes, and I thought it was such a good character. Why? Because I've always loved Cody Rhodes. I met Cody Rhodes when it was broken Cody Rhodes with the mask when I was in my wheelchair, and he came up to me and met me. So I've always been a Cody Rhodes fan. So I don't know if that plays into it, but I just like Stardust. I like he just had a mystique about him, and just like the way he moved around, he really sold the character. Like no other person could play Stardust other than Cody Rhodes.
100%. And I liked when he had the camp, like in the back, he'd have all the stars.
Yeah.
And he'd be able to do all the mystic stuff.
Yeah.
He's so cool, man.
Yeah, he was a really nice, but he was playing up the character. Boop, 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 boop. You know, like he was doing
100%.
You know, I mean, he was doing all the stuff, and like he was really playing into the character. And Brandy was so nice, passing out cookies to everybody,
like that. And I'll
like,
never forget. People don't forget.
He's like, boop.
Yeah.
Boop.
People don't forget. And he wasn't a champion in this, right?
No.
He's just there?
He's just hanging out. Yeah, he's just hanging out. And he was really lit, you know, and that's the thing. Is that when we met him after that, I mean, he was done with WWE, he's on his way out.
Yeah.
But he was just, I mean, he's so talented, and I just thought the character was so, it was done wrong in so many spots that I think that's why he didn't like it. Now, I don't know. There could have been a lot of backstage stuff going on, but I'll tell you this, from a viewing perspective, I might be a little biased, but I don't think so. I think over time, I think people are going to look back very fondly on Stardust. I think they're
I hope so. Because
like the Boogeyman. I think they're going to look back at him like the Boogeyman.
The reason why he did that was Goldust and Stardust.
Yes.
They had some great matches.
Yes.
They had such great what do you call it?
Chemistry.
Where they talk on the mic.
Vignettes.
Yeah, the vignettes were amazing. And
it was really good stuff.
When their dad passed away.
Yes, and he came out in 32.
He should have won. They even gave him his own ladder with the polka dots on the ladder.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Zack Ryder, I'm happy for your success now. But I still don't understand. I mean, I don't understand how
I'm sorry that he didn't deserve to win it. So I want to move past it because I have my own opinions on that. I'm not a fan of his, and I don't think he should have won it. I think that was Cody Rhodes' year to win it.
People cheered, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Not that many cheered, though. I'll put it this way. Not as many people.
If you want to watch the weirdest WrestleMania of all time, watch that WrestleMania 32. Because we were there live, just kind of like doing this every match.
Yeah.
And then Shane McMahon fell off the cage. You're like, oh, that's awesome. And then like, dude, that whole thing, that was disaster.
Oh, yeah. But, you know, going back, and then Brandy was somebody, man, she really, a lot of missed opportunities in the company with Brandy. If Brandy comes back, I want to see in a big valet role. There was a lot of opportunities missed with her. She was underutilized completely. Her WWE career.
I don't even remember her WWE career.
That's what I'm saying. You can't even call it a career. They totally underutilized her. She's so talented in and outside of the ring. So outside of the ring, she's a very, very talented businesswoman, and she was just starting to show that in AEW, which is very sad about her leaving as well, because as far as I understand, she was doing a lot of things. So
she's one of my favorite people on Twitter too. She's just so cool.
And she's a very nice lady.
And it's the perfect package.
Yes.
Because when we didn't get video footage, but we did meet Cody Rhodes out of the Stardust uniform, which we're like, wait a second, he's still playing Stardust. That means he's going.
Yeah. He left shortly after.
But he came full suit and everything was amazing. And you could tell that they're the package. And we didn't know what they were going to do. It was a shock that they left.
Yeah. And then we knew AEW, and then they had the All-In event and stuff like that. So.
The WWE community 100% backs the Rhodes family.
Oh, 100%. It's always when they had that fight with... well, I want to go back to Brandy first. But Brandy's career needs to be really pushed in WWE. She really needs to be a focal point. You need to utilize her. She is somebody that she could be the female Paul Heyman. I think she's that good. I think she's got a very good presence about her. She did that for AEW, and she was great at it. I think she's got the it factor, and I think if WWE doesn't, she could go have a very long career in WWE if done right. Do I believe they're going to stay in WWE for the long term? Depends. I don't think so, obviously, but it depends. If they do, you have to have her as a valet, and a strong valet.
It's like SAD over here saying, Triple H, Steph, the Miz and Maurice thing. What if you had Miz and Maurice fight Cody and Brandy at WrestleMania?
Yeah, exactly. You could have so many. Yeah, exactly. Well, and here's the thing. The great thing about AEW contracts is there's no you can't compete clause, non-compete clause. So they can go to WWE tomorrow.
Oh,
so they're going to be at WrestleMania. Yeah. It's about who they're going to face. You could do Miz and Maurice, but here's what I would ask SAD. Is that overdone? Have we seen too many couples matches? I would say yes.
No.
Yes. I'm sorry. I'm going to step in. I'm going to say yes right now.
More.
Right. I agree. But for right now, I think we have seen enough. I think that her being a valet and him facing somebody like an AJ Styles, I mean, beautiful. I mean, that would be a great coming out match.
What about Cody and Seth?
No, I know.
Who's Seth going to fight? You said anyone.
I think AJ's the perfect matchup. I think AJ's the matchup. Kevin Owens possibly. I think Seth would.
Yeah, those are some great matches.
Great matchups.
I wonder if people are even.
I don't see Seth right now.
Back in the day, like we thought of him as a mid Carter, but it's because they put him in that stupid. Well, I don't want to say stupid Stardust, but it got stale at some point.
Yeah, and that's what I said. I think that they missed opportunities. But totally was on his side. I don't think the character was bad. I think it's what they did with the character. I think the problem Cody would recognize, it's not that the character itself was a bad idea, it's the execution of the character.
Yeah.
That's the problem, because Cody did the character well, but I don't think they were giving Cody the creative ability to flourish with the character.
Yeah, well, he had also criticized the writing team so much. He's like, well, I can do this, 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 and this. And they're like, how about you just do this? And
it's always shutting him down. It's like, and so it is frustrating to somebody like him who, I'm not saying lives in the shadow of his father, but he saw his father work. So he got to see it with his own eyes. So he wants to step into that role of let me have creative control. And so I think with WWE, he is going to stipulate, I have 100% creative control.
And it's scary. It's scary as a superstar to speak up like that. So I'm very proud of him for doing everything possible to embrace his character and do everything he could before he said, screw this, I'm out.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's obvious that, listen, we want to, as people, to be successful, and it is kind of frustrating. I'd imagine you're just sitting there and you're trying to do your best in WWE and nothing's working. So I don't blame him for leaving. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't, because you're sitting there, especially your father passes away, and it's like you're not getting. It's not that when your father passes away you deserve a push, but it's like an honorary. It's an honorary custom. It has been that if a wrestler retires or something like that, you kind of get a push.
They did it for Joe.
You get a push. It's just what you're supposed. Listen,
they did it for Kurt Hennig.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
Or it's Joe.
Yeah. I mean, listen, it's an honorary custom. It just is what it is. I mean, I'm sorry, folks, if you think that that's weird, but it's not. You're honoring the past by pushing the future. And Cody didn't get that push, which, it's the worst thing the WWE ever did because, look, because of that, AEW is born. Without Cody Rhodes, folks, there is no AEW.